folks, today I'm going to share with you a short tutorial on how to make the mini Sew a Little Love Bug. It's a free pattern that is put out by MODA, and I'll make sure that I link the free pattern in the description. So now here is how we make the love bug. The original love bug came in this size, and it is, just for measuring purposes, it is about 16 inches in diameter from the sides. And the pattern, what they do is they ask you to use 5 fat quarters, and you'll need to cut this template and piece it together to make half a circle, and then you'll just trace it onto the fabric and flip it. The directions are very easy. They do a great job in explaining it. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to show you how to make the little mini love bug. And I ended up making it in 2 sizes at the Sip and Stitch last Friday night. And how I did that was by using a circle. Actually at the shop we have a bunch of buckets and things like that that are holding supplies and materials that you can see in the shop. So find a circle, it doesn't matter. I'm actually using a 6.5 inch circle that I used the laser cutter to make. I do know that Chantel from 141 Design Company sells the circle templates. I am going to choose 5 fabrics that coordinate together, and I'm actually going to end up cutting on the inside of this circle, which is going to be a 6-inch circle. So here are the colors that I'm going to use, and like I said, I need 5 different materials, and unless you want your wings to be the same color. So in this example, these 2 wings are the same, so you would want 2 fabrics that are the same for the wings, 1 for the body, 1 for the head, and 1 for the back. And you can also use rickrack or ribbon that you might have handy for the legs. You will also need to have some buttons for the eyes. Okay, so these are the colors that I've chosen. This green happens to be a K-facet pattern. These are just extra scraps that I had lying around. And what I'm going to do is I have decided that I want the green to be my bottom. I want the flamingo to be the inside part. I'm going to have this flower be the wings and the hexagon be the head. So I need 2 of the wings, 1 of this and 1 of this. And I'm just going to lay it out. So now I'm going to use my friction pen, and I'm going to place it right here in the center. This friction pen will actually disappear on the material after I iron it. But you could also trace this on the back side, and then you won't see it. Okay, so I've got it traced, and then I'm going to use some pins, and I'm just going to pin all 5 layers together. Now again, if you wanted to make the larger version, all you would need to do is just cut a bigger circle. Okay, so I pinned it, and then I'm just going to use a pair of scissors to cut out my circle. If you have a rotary cutter and if you have a circle template, you can go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and cut each one of these individually. I'm not being super careful because it's not going to matter. Well, this will end up finishing smaller because you're going to have a 1/4 inch seam when you sew it together. Okay, so take my fabric, just put it off to the side, and here are my 5 pieces. And I'm going to show you how to fold it, because folding it is how you're going to get this design. So these are my wings, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and fold them. At this point, if you have an iron and you want to press them, you can go ahead and do that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now that my pieces are ironed, I'm going to show you how to lay it out. I think I should have done a better job lining this up so that this guy the shrimp would be in the center, but that's going to be fine. It's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, just for reference so you guys can see, I'm going to go ahead and put the head, actually I lie. I'm going to put the wings on first, and I just want to have that little bit of a peekaboo to show the fabric underneath. Okay, and they do overlap on the top. Then I'm going to take the head. Now this is the part that I'm going to make sure I state to you guys. So when I was sewing this the first time, I didn't do such a great job putting these this ribbon leg in, and I had to actually take it apart and restitch it. So we're going to use this rainbow ribbon that I had a bunch of left over from a project that one of my kiddos had at school, and we're going to put the legs on. So I think I'm going to do a leg here at the top, like right behind the head, and I'm going to just pin it in place. Special note, make sure, in order to make sure when you sew and catch the leg piece of ribbon, have a little bit hanging out. And just for a measurement for this 6-inch size, I ended up cutting the, I cut the leg to be about 4 inches. So when I unfold it and it hangs out, it'll be a little bit less than 2 inches because I'm going to have some hanging over. So just go ahead and fold your ribbon and then pin it to the body, making sure that you have some of the ribbon sticking out so that you make sure you catch it and you don't do it what I accidentally did the first time. And this is a very simple project. You can definitely have, you know, little peanuts, if you have them at home, help you make these little love bugs. They could make them for their friends. It's a sweet little pillow. If you are giving it as a gift to a grandchild or a niece or nephew or even your own child, and you are giving a gift card or something like that, the pockets in this allow for a little placement of a card, a gift card or a real card or a little note. Sorry, I lost my head. And then, actually, I'm just going to do a little pin there so it stops falling off. Okay, and make sure, like I said, the folded part is on the inside and the separated part is on the outside. And I'm leaving just, I don't know, a little bit more than 1/4 inch. And I'm putting my pins this way so that when I go and sew, I can pull them out or they won't be in the way. All right, so last thing. This is the last step, and then we will go sew at the sewing machine. Take your bottom and you are going to just place it on top. And then you can go ahead and put a few more pins in it to secure it in place. You could also, if you happen to have the Wonder Clips, these are knockoff Wonder Clips that I got on Amazon. You can go ahead and use those and it'll hold everything in place. One of the things I did learn as when I was learning how to sew, I'm going to have to turn this inside out. So leave a big enough gap, and I'm just going to mark that with pins. Leave a big enough gap so that you can turn it inside out and then have space to stuff it. So this is how I'm going to stop. I'm going to go ahead and take it to the sewing machine and sew it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is going to be another lesson of don't do like me and be smarter. I forgot, I actually was thinking about how to put the pins in, and I put them in the wrong way so that I couldn't actually pull them out because I forgot that I was putting the top piece in. So I actually have to be careful as I'm turning it to make sure I take out the pins that were holding my little legs so that I don't actually stick myself. And then I'm just going to turn it inside out and I'll stuff it. And then we'll have a finished pillow once I put the eyeballs on. So is there one more pin? Okay, and then you can just go ahead and use your fingers to edge out. I do have a thing that allows me to press open the seams, but of course I can't find it because, you know, that's what happens when you're trying to make a video and you think you have everything and you do have everything, but then you can't find it in the right spot. So I guess I just didn't put it back. All right, so having done this, they're all pressed out. I think I'm going to go ahead and just do a little bit of pressing on the iron. You could have gone ahead and clipped all of the seams, and it would definitely probably help it lay flatter. I know it would, but this is just a little teeny tiny pillow that I'm making for, you know, a little peanut. And so I'm going to press it so that I can kind of tuck these in so it'll be easier to stitch it up, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so before I stuff this, I am going to just sew on the 2 eye buttons, and hopefully you can see that. Actually, I didn't have any purple thread, so I just went into my floss and using a little bit of DMC to sew on this button and make sure it's secure. Depending on the age of the friend that you're making this for, you may want to actually applique and stitch on like an eye, you know, a piece of felted eye or something like that, because you don't want there to be a choking hazard with the button. So that's just something else to consider. So I'm going to do both of these, and then I will be right back and we'll stuff it. All right, so both of my eyes are on. I've got all 4 legs securely attached. I've kind of pressed it open a little bit so that I can have a nice edge so that when I stitch it over. And then I have a big pile of polyfill. Go ahead and stuff it with whatever you like. And I had mentioned in my FlossTube number 3 that this could even be a little gift for a table mate. If you added some walnut shells at the bottom, it would weight it down, and you could use it as a pin cushion if you didn't want to make it for a little kiddo. But it's just another little fun thing. Galentine's gift for your friends that are ladies, kids, tooth fairy pillows, you know, any of those things. I'm just separating the fluff a little bit to make it not so clumpy inside the love bug. And then so the one trick I have learned from watching lots of videos with people that make pillows and things like that, they always say that if you think it's full, add some more. So go ahead and just keep on, you know, stuffing. Probably am not doing it the way some professionals would do it. I'm pretty much what I know is what I've seen on videos, and kind of just trial and error on my own. And I do not definitely claim to be any sort of an expert at all, but I just thought this might be fun to show you how I modified the design, the pattern, to make it just a little bit easier and maybe a little bit less wasteful. I had a lot of extra from the large one, and I still have a bunch of scraps to do. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch up the bum. If you feel comfortable stitching it up using hand and needle and you want to do it that way, you could do that, or you could take it over to your sewing machine and go ahead and you know, add your pins and run it through the sewing machine. Definitely not a beautiful edge. I am not a very good hidden seam whip stitcher. That is definitely not my thing. That's probably what's held me from actually making a drum, but I am going to do it. I am definitely going to do it. So I just have to get better at my whip stitching. But yeah, that's pretty much it for how to make the the Love Bug. So here is, here's the finished version, where I whip stitched it really badly, and then the other version. So that is the, like I said, here's another little guy. That is the Love Bug pattern by MODA, and it's just a little bit of a change to make it a little bit easy if you want to make them smaller. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to ask, please don't hesitate to leave a comment, and I will see you in my next video. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye guys.